18 letters. Can we please have a moment of silence? 18.
Hola, it's your boy 18 letters, the name flip god. Kibuile, no get to Mr Stupendous, leader, GC Army. We like a family in GC Army. So today, Nalena, first thing first, to talk a little or more about him before let's go interview. Mr Stu, Gualerin.
Yeah, already like 18 letters with the introduction. So like, what can I say, man? Stupendous. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, the main thing right now is the EP. So yeah, that's the reason I this interview. So yeah, we'll be talking about the EP I lost it. So I'll be telling you guys more about the EP and then how many tracks, what's what, the producers, and you know, just the message behind Lost.
Before re ka tsena mo baraka re batlo itse hore o tlile byang hore o be musician ke eng se se inspiring hore o bene o ba a rapper and a producer at the same time because ke Spanish se sintshi like
well not for me like a radio, yeah, so I listen to a lot of music, even though a lot of people can say, man, you're restricted to hip-hop and what, but I listen to a lot of music. So like radio, yeah, I told me that radio, you know, ever since I was like young, radio, and then I fell in love with music. And then, you know, like back in the day, those Kwaito artists inspired. I wanted to be like them, you know, so I would like, you know, busy there, get recite like the songs and stuff, you know, go around, like, yeah, the lyrics and stuff. So like, I wanted to be a celebrity, but I was a kid, and then, you know, being in the hood, and then mostly this side, the, you know, RJ, Northwest, the, like, you know, a lot of opportunities, like back in the day, you know, like Nadine cars. So you had to like go Josie or somewhere so that you can be a kid from Soweto, so that people can notice you and stuff. But then radio is just one of the things that made me fall in love with music and TV. Yeah, you know, like watching all those shows, still time music, and yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to Kwaito online. So like from Kwaito, then it escalated, and then I started listening to that old school hip hop and stuff. And then it went to underground, and then yeah, that's where it started. Yeah, then I wanted to be a rapper. I thought it was one of the greatest things to be a rapper, because like, you know, girls love it. Girls love rap. Like on a serious note. So like back at school, you know, you would rap and stuff, and like you're like, wow, you're a rapper. Like yeah. So like yeah, like rapper. So like that's the thing. Yeah, it was something also. I fell in love with just music, just like that.
So Mr. Stu, if we got guessing, how many years have you been doing music so far?
I can say over 10 years. Yeah, over 10 years. I've been doing this for like, what, is it a decade? 10 years, ne? Over a decade. Yeah, I've been doing this for over a decade. So like, it's all I know, bro. It's all I know. So like music, everybody is Stupendous. They know Stupendous, got music.
Yeah.
Got music. Whatever. Stupendous are music. It's obvious.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for you know, for such a long time, and then I'm very grateful throughout my journey. Yeah, music. I've met a lot of people they inspired me also. I should be great, and I should keep doing this thing and never stop, you know. So that's just what I know. That's all I know.
Who inspired you the most, like from the, maybe let's say the Kwaito kids or the underground MCs, or you know, like old school? This guy like just did it for you.
You know, from, let me just say, for me, Kwaito. You know, Kwaito, you find Mendoza, you know, RIP to the legend, and you know, Mdu, you know, and like groups like TKZ, you know, Trombisi, just a lot of them. Zola, bra, you know.
Yeah.
So listening to Zola was one of the things that like you would find that, you know, hardcore.
Yeah.
He was a rapper. I can say he was a rapper. So like he was a rapper. So like that's where it started. And listening to those guys really just made me to think like, well, okay, sharp, you know, I can do this. But then it took me a lot of years just to get to the state that I can say I can call myself a rapper, because in order for you to call yourself a rapper, man, there's a lot of work to be done. You understand? So you gotta be very, very creative. with your art. So that's why it started. But then yeah, in Mzansi, like it must be the Kwaito cats that I've mentioned. And then States, man, grew up in that, like, Park was just, one of those cats. And then underground to be, more hard and stuff. I think like guys like Immortal Technique, Cannabis, Slaughterhouse, A Plus. There's just a lot. Jedi Mind Tricks, AOTP, bro. Army of the Pharaohs. Those are the cats. Those are the cats. There's a bunch of cats I can, like, man, like the list goes on. But then so like, and commercially, obviously, there are a lot of cats that did inspire me too, Yeah, guys like 50, when it comes to that gangster rap, Kanye, Yeezy is one of the greatest, Yeah, there's just a bunch of cats that I can mention right now. But then there's just I'm inspired by different types of artists who do different types of style.
Thanks, Mr. Benung. I really like Lost. Let's talk about Lost now, and then let's dwell more into it, and then let's get details from there. To like, first thing first, the producers. I heard you mentioning the fact that you'll be talking about the producers that you worked with. You'll be talking about the reason behind Lost. So let's just start from there. Who are the producers that you worked with? And then if there is MCs who you worked with as well, who are those MCs? Like, just drop names. It's name dropping time now.
Yeah. In terms of, let me start with artists. I didn't work with like rappers or singers or anybody. I just wanted to tell my story, because like an EP, man, is just, it's one of those. You just gotta be, creative more. So then people when they listen to your EP, they want to listen to you more. They want to hear more from you. So like the EP was all about me. I was just trying to tell my story. And then in terms of producers, I did work with 3 producers on the EP. I did work with Tony Leon. I worked with Superior Beats, and I worked with Envelope Pusher. So those are the producers that I worked with, and those are homies that I know. Like I've known these guys for such a long time. So like that's why I chose these guys to say, you know what, guys, I just want you guys to be. But then from the start, the idea of the whole EP, like of the songs, wasn't that I did record the songs and say I'm gonna put them on Lost EP. No, the songs were just recorded, so like it wasn't just the aim of saying I'm gonna drop an EP and I want these producers to be part of it. No, what happened is that I did the songs, I recorded the songs, and then after that, it came to my mind. I was like, oh, you know what, I have a single, and this single, like for me, man, it's just one of the dopest. I love it. I love the song. It was like a Lost, produced by Tony Leon. I was like, how about I take this song and then I use this as the title for my EP. It's like I'm lost, because nowadays the reason I'm also like I want to talk about Lost is like people don't understand Lost. Are you lost? What happened? I can say in terms of music, it's hard to understand what's happening now, because everybody's just doing this and that, and some people, they just follow trends and stuff. So I'm just lost there, between those, and like, but then while I'm lost in the mix, I still maintain the balance of doing me. You understand? But then I can blend in. I can just get lost in a moment and stuff. Swag and do what. But then I don't criticize people from doing that. If that's what they like, then they can do that. I'm out here doing different type of sounds. Exploring and doing what and what. That's what I do. But then in terms of saying that the reason behind Lost is that a lot of my fans, a lot of people, they've been waiting patiently for my project, and then I was like, okay, fine, let me just give them a 6-track project, entitle it Lost, as Lost is one of the singles that I did, and then the rest is history, bro.
So as we know that you're a producer, which moments do you regard as your favorites not as a rapper, an artist, no, as a producer.
Yeah.
You being behind the artist and then working that magic and at the end giving us a finished product.
Yeah.
Which moments do you like hold in your heart dearly and say this is the moments that I'll never forget, and then I'll forever be like maybe grateful for the fact that I've been part of this moment?
I remember when we did Power Cycle remix. Power Cycle remix was one of the greatest moments in my life, man.
Yeah.
In terms of music, cause I had all those artists that I favor, not just favor, but then these are my homies, man. You know, and then having them in one roof and say, guys, let's just work on a song. Do you have a verse? Put your verse on. Do you understand? So like, it was one of the greatest, because like I had like the best, you know, the best rappers. Those are the best rappers that are there.
Yeah.
Those are the best rappers. And then, you know, having been a producer and also rap on that, because like I did my verse, and after doing my verse I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna listen to this cat. I just thought he was gonna go on here. You understand? And everybody who came in, you know, they just, you know, they murked it. They just killed, you know, understand? They had a story to tell. And then I'm very grateful to have been part of such an experience. It was one of the greatest things. I mean, like, making music, me recording is not one of the greatest moments, because of I'm being honest. I have to be honest. You know, honesty is just one of the hardest things, but I have to be honest when it comes to my music. And then when it comes to producing, you know, I have to make sure that the person that I'm gonna be producing music for, or even if it's me, then I'm producing music for myself, I have to make sure that I feel, you know, that product.
Yeah.
You know, I have to feel that product before the other person can feel it. And also when the artist is maybe out here in the studio and trying to record and stuff like that, I mean, I don't want to lie, man. I get inspired and I get excited just to be part of that, you know, listening to beats and bumping to like stuff like, I don't want to lie, man. It's one of the greatest moments. Being like you as a producer, you know, you're just like behind the scenes and you just let the artist do their thing. So it's one of the greatest moments.
Yeah, as I say, Nagubita, forefather GC Army. I feel like you're the greatest, like one of the greats. More berets, ne? Yeah. If I have to like maybe have top 5, the greatest, I think you'll be on it.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Elorin Kinyagubisa when I asked the great, how do you feel about the way, like the celebration yalena lesa pela as the greats? Compared to those who are late. Do you feel like we are doing enough, Reina, as people who like you, for example, took us in when we didn't have a home and then built a home for us, GC Army? Now we can go out and say the party at GC Army, and people, you know what I say, get up but respect for that and say like party at GC Army and stuff like that. One of the most dominating groups we ever had, Mulkhabil. Do you feel like we are doing enough, or do you feel like something Selring August mentioned, or guys, let's do this, hore lerena as the greats re-hit before but late, or like we were the greats?
Well, for me, I think the kids that are showing respect and love, you know, for Mr. Stupendous, I think they're doing enough. For me, I think they're doing enough, because like I can expect somebody who's a stranger and they don't even know me to show respect, because like they don't know me, first of all. So like guys who know me, you know, I can say they do show respect, and it's enough. They celebrate what I do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like but I believe that, you know, the problem is when it comes to, you know, people celebrating current artists, you know, they don't really. Some are supportive, but then you find people who wouldn't want to buy your CD because they know you, but like, dog, I can't be buying your music. I know you, man. Like, you're from my hood. Just can I get some free stuff? You understand what I'm saying? And then that's the reality. That's what happens. But then in terms of them celebrating and showing respect, they do show respect. You know, it's just that the only thing is that like being a local artist is very difficult to get like people to just pay more attention to you. They rather do that, to someone that they don't really know. You understand? So like, but then I believe that rappers, we're family, man. We're one family, big family. So like, we do, man, send shout out to each other and stuff. And I've heard artists give shout outs to me and say, Stu, man, you're one of the greatest. If it wasn't because of you, man, I'd be out there in the streets, doing that and that. You understand what I'm saying? So like, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those humbling moments, and say, you know what, I am the guy. I am the guy who's responsible for that. But then, being celebrated, I can't say like we are being celebrated as like guys who inspire people too much. Yeah. But then, you know what I'm saying? It's very difficult because of, if you are one of the greatest, people usually show respect to you once they see you when you're up there with the other greats. You understand what I'm saying? So like, Hollywood TV now, when they see you on TV, it's like, yeah, you made it, man. And then they show you respect, and they want to talk to you, they want to do all those other things. But then when you up there, in the struggle, when you're up there in the streets, they don't really do that. You understand? They don't show that respect. They don't really care. But then if you make it out there, that's when people take you seriously and be like, yeah, this one, he's one of the greatest. He's an icon. That's when they celebrate you. But then, besides having the fame and all that, people don't really celebrate local, artists. Like the greatest. They don't do that. They don't.
No, Stu, Kaufila Barayaka, and I think Libatotli Wonamu, if Abaiti from Goena is one of the great. But as we know, we're like, who believe more something, celoring sites are le Jesu ba metile ka matlapa
That's the thing. I can mention at that part of saying that, for example, as a messenger, like a messenger of God, obviously, and then you won't be popular where you're from. Like, you can preach and do what, but then people in your blog, bro, people from your side, they won't really take you seriously. Some will hate you, some will do all those things to you, and they say bad things and stuff. But then, like strangers, total strangers, and people who don't know you, they might just want to give you an ear. It's like, okay, let's listen to this guy. Who is this guy? Where is he from? He's good. You understand what I'm saying? So like, it's one of those things. So we can't complain as artists. It's just reality. That's what happens.